Good morning to everybody. I am Pitambar Mesri from Jenny Arali and I will teach here democratic rights in our civics class 9. Let us see it through PPT. Let us see through PPT. Actually this is our chapter number is 5, democratic rights. Let us see next slide. You can see here this is our parliament. We call it in the legal language legislative, where our representative like the MP, member of parliament, they are sitting and making the law. We will see here again in next slide it. And then here are the some end points we will learn here. You can see the democracy which you have studied in the last chapter already. What is the democracy? And then is India is the democratic country or not? We will see once again. And then how the Indian constitution is working. Then we will main topic is about the right, democratic right. So before the going in democratic right, we will know the definition of right, and we will know that also why we need right. And why we need right to study where we will see the some examples given in our chapter also. Okay, means if there will be no right, what will happen there? And then we will see the democratic rights in the India, and especially in the democracy we will see our fundamental rights. Okay, and then we will see that what is the scope in the future for the expanding scope of the rights. Okay, let us go the next slide. This we will know the democracy which you have studied in the last class already. What is the democracy? You can see the definition by the US President Abraham Lincoln. Government of the people. Government of the people. It means what? We are the government. People are the government. Government of the people, by the people and for the people. It means what? Everywhere, who will run the government? People. Means what? You may run, I may run, or any another brother, sister, they may run. So, if the question is there, who is government? Means what? The people of India are the government of our country. Okay? Because we can see here, government of the people, by the people and for the people. It means what? Everywhere are the peoples. And we will see this slide. We can see here what in the democratic government we can see the majority rule. Means what? There will be a vote to right we will choose. Then whatever the majority party will come, they will rule. And there is a very good feature, rights of the individual protected. Means what? Our right will be protected by the democratic government individually. We every and each have the right, and that protection we are getting from our constitution in a democratic country. And that another thing you can see, government will according to the will of people. And the very special feature you can see here are given in the green letters, quality of decision. Government, because of this is the government of the people and for the people to the people. So this government will work according to the will of the people. Means what? The decision will be with the full of quality in the welfare of the people. Okay, let us go to the next slide. Is India is democratic or not? Now we have studied already before also the India democratic, but what are the features which making the Indian a democratic country? We can see here the head of the state, who is that? President. And we can see head of the government, who is that? Prime Minister. And where from the Prime Minister coming? Prime Minister is coming from the member of parliament. Prime Minister is the one of the member of parliament. He can be from Lok Sabha, he can be from the Rajya Sabha, and we people are giving the vote. We are using the right to vote. So that MP going there in the parliament, and then the people are choosing their leader. So we can say we are the democratic. And let us see the next slide. And we are the Indians. There is our map, and different communities are living here. We may see here, and we can see with the proud, yes, we are India and we are the democratic. It means what? Our country, India is a democratic country. Let us go next slide. And we can see here, in the democratic country, there are the different institutions are working like that. We can see the legislative, which is making the law, executive, which is ensuring that law are working proper, and the judiciary, that will see that law made by legislative are going well, and executive also working the well. If once we will see these three institutions are the different, separate, they have the separate power, but after that they are controlling to each other. They are getting the actually power from the constitution. It means what? Our constitution is the supreme, and these all institutions getting the power from constitution. And dear students, if you have remember in the first chapter of history, in the French Revolution, we have seen the one book, The Spirit of Law, where that written by the Mr. Montesquieu, and he given the principle of the power division of the power. Okay, and that power balance we can say, and this system is working according to that. Let us go, and we can see here once the executive, because of they are the member of the legislative, they can be from Rajya Sabha, they can be from Lok Sabha, higher house and lower house. So they were completely accountable to the legislative. Let us go next slide. What is right? Now our main thing is coming. We are going to study about the democratic right. Before we should know what is right. If I will say, my dear student, in a very easy language, you are at home and you are going in the market, at shop, you have seen there are the very delicious chocolates at the shop, and you want it, then you will say to your mom, you will say to your dad, Papa, Daddy, I need that chocolate. It means what? You can demand to your parents. You are claiming that is your right from your parents. You can't claim that chocolate, you can't demand that chocolate to the other person, you can say to your parents only. Is it or not? So like that we can say these are the right are the one type of the claim, and these claims have the social acceptance. These are the legal, these are the social, and based on the ethical principles. Okay, so we can say right are the legal, social, ethical principles of freedom or entitlement, that is right are the fundamental normative rules about what is allowed of people or out to people according to some legal system, social convention, or we can say ethical theory. So what is the right? We have seen the technical language and common language. We have seen. Let us go the another slide. Next one. Now we will see, if there will be no right, what will we do? If there will be no right, what will we do? And why we need the right? There I have made some collection of the newspaper, and this given in your book, and you can see a lot of news are there. It means what? These things are telling why we need the right. If you want to publish your idea in a book, in a form of newspaper, in a form of magazine, if you have no right, you can't publish. But we can give our opinion, we can assemble, we can make the association, and the minorities people also can live in a democratic country that can give them protection of rights of them. So we need the right. If there will be no right, the majority people, they can deny the rights of the minorities. So in any democratic country, we need right. Let us go next slide and understand it well by the examples. You can see here. These are the three examples here. These given in your book also, and we will understand well it through the small video too after it will come. And we can see, if there will be no right, what happened with the people. You can see this is the America, USA, and there was a one terrorist attack on America. If you have to remember, in 2001, it was the September 11 when there was a terrorist attack. So American army, they arrested around 600 people from all over world, and this American army, they didn't inform to government of those countries from where the people have arrested a lot of people. I mean 600 people. Their families don't know, their country don't know. It means what? The powerful country is going to deny rights of the citizen of another country. America is denying to going to right to citizen of another country to send them into the prison. Even American army, they didn't work according to the American law. And after we have seen that, there was the one international human rights organization was there, which collected a lot of Amnesty International, which collected a lot of information about these people, and they start to publish in newspaper. Then many people start to know about these things, that what happening there. Then UNO also come into the action, and when UNO people wanted to visit this jail, which is the Guantanamo Bay, those old prisoners they were kept in Guantanamo Bay, that is in the Cuba, and American government, they didn't permit to representative of UNO. And after we will see that Barack Obama government is coming as a president, he is coming, and he promised to the UNO and to the rest of the world that they will make them free and they will close completely that prison. And then we will see that another country, that is the Saudi Arabia, and that country is the not democratic country. That is the non-democratic country. And because of that king, the Shah of the Saudi Arabia is coming from the hereditary. So there is an absolute king. There is nobody, no type of any control on the king, on the Shah. So the people of Saudi Arabia, the citizen of Saudi Arabia, they have no any type of the freedom, they have no any type of right. There is not freedom of the religion. Except then the Muslim, if another religious people are living there, then they people can't worship the publicly. If they want to worship their God, then they should make the practice in their own home. If they will practice out in the public place, then they may get the punishment. And especially if you will see in the women teach people this subject of the many type of the public restrictions. A lot of bans are there on women. Even some people are telling that the one male equal to the two women. One male equal to two female. Women, they have a lot of restrictions in the Saudi Arabia. But dear friends, if last views we will see that in the local bodies, the male people getting the first right, and if we have seen there is in 2011, Abdullah Shah, he was the king of Saudi Arabia, and he given the right to vote to female also in the local bodies. Okay, let us go the next slide. That is we are talking about the Kosovo. My dear friends, what do you think? That only in the non-democratic country the people can't enjoy their rights? This may happen in the democratic country too. We may see that is an example, Kosovo. That was the before. In the past, it was a part of Yugoslavia. In the Yugoslavia all over, the Serb people, they were in the majority, and another Albanians, they were the minorities. And we have seen that Mr. Milosevic, that person won the election in democratic country because of their Serb people, they were the majority. And after a democratic government in the leadership of Milosevic, they start to deny the rights of the Albanians in their own country. They start to send them out of country, and otherwise they told them to live under them. And a lot of massacre was there with the Albanian people. We can see a lot of people, they were killed by the Serb government, by nationalist government, by Milosevic's. They were killed to the Albanian people. And we will see in the next slide, you can see here, I am showing the small video and you see it and you understand. This is the United States of America, and there is a Guantanamo Bay where America kept the prison there, 600 which they catch from the rest world. Okay? And this is the American army, we can see. Once again, we can see the America And why they arrested? Because of there was the terrorist attack in America, that was in 2001, September 11. And promise to that they will close that Guantanamo Bay. And now we will see the another country, that is Saudi Arabia, that a non-democratic country. And we will see, because of there is no democracy, there is not right to vote. So wow, how the people of Saudi Arabia, the citizen of Saudi Arabia, they enjoy their right. It means what? There are not democratic rights. Even there is not freedom of religion in Saudi Arabia because of that Islamic country. Only Islamic people, they can publicly practice their religion, no other people. Other people, they can publish in their own country. And we will see the next. This is the Kosovo, the part in the past, Yugoslavia part, and Albania peoples, they were in the minorities there. In Milosevic, he won the election because of the Serb people in the majority, and then his army went to in the cities of the Kosovo and they start to kill the people and they force them to go out of their country. And where you can see there is one incident happened where a 74 years old lady sitting with her husband of 77 years in the kitchen, then army coming, suddenly they shoot them and they fire their house. And they given the instruction to that lady to go out of that country. That was the Milosevic, who was the head of government in Yugoslavia. That time he was the leader of Serb people. And after we have seen that in the international court, he got the punishment. Okay, and let us go the next slide. Now we will see what we have seen there. What happened in the country where there was not rights, where the peoples are denying the right of the other peoples. We have seen in the Kosovo, the majority people, they denied the right of the minorities people. We have seen the Saudi Arabia, there the people, they can't enjoy their right. We have seen in the America. Now we will see the democratic rights in India. Actually, when we are talking about the democratics, it means right to vote is also our democratic right. Right to elect is our democratic right. But in the aspect of the democratic right, especially, we are going to study the 6 fundamental rights given in the Indian Constitution. Okay? Let us see the first. There is a right to equality. You can see here, friends. This is the right to equality is there, and which has the article 14 to 18. Then another article, our right is right to freedom, that article 19 to 22. Then we will see the right against the exploitation, 23 to 24. Then we will see the right to freedom of religion, 25 to 28. Then next is cultural and educational right, article 29 and 30. And we will see the right to constitutional remedies in 32, from 32 to 35. Let us see the one by one. All right. This is the first right to equality, article 14 to 18. Dear students, actually articles are not given according to your standard in class 9. If you want, you may learn the articles through. It will be very good for the level of the competition level. So it will be very good if you can remember it. Otherwise, we should know what is the right to equality and what things are there. Okay, what are the provisions in the right to equality? Let us see the article number 14 is telling everyone is equal before law. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There are the 5 points, 5 provisions we need to see. First is telling equality before the law. Article 14 is telling everyone is equal before the law. There will be no any type of discrimination. Then article 15 is telling there will be no discrimination on the ground of religious, on the ground of race, on the ground of caste, ground of sex and place of birth. On these 5 things there will be no any type of discrimination. Okay, and article number 16 is telling the equality of opportunity. Means what? When we are going to recruit in the government, so there will be a no type of any discrimination on the above 5 ground. Everybody will be equal, everybody will get the equally opportunity to be public employment. Then our article 17 is telling about the abolition of untouchabilities. My dear friends, if you will go in the many past years in the India, we have the problem of untouchabilities. So our leaders, they made the one law in the constitution, the abolition of untouchability. Means what? Where are the some groups? And another groups they are telling we are the higher, and another they are the lower. So the higher people, they will not touch them, they will not the untouchable. Some groups, they can't enter the public place like the temple, like the water places, and many problems were like that. So it was made the ban. Okay, and another 5th provision in this article is abolition of title. Like the before the freedom of country, you will know the well, there is a title of Raja, Rajkumar, whatever are there. Now there will be the abolition of the titles. Even if we want to get the any title, respect, honor from the other country, we should take the permission from our president. So this is the right to equality. There are the 5 provisions we should know. Let us go to the next slide. Then we will know about the right of freedom. Dear friends, in this we can see there are the 19 to 22. Again you can see 19, 20, 21, 22. 4 articles are there which giving us the right to freedom. And first article 19 is giving the 6 type of right. Speech and expression. We can keep our opinion. Okay? We can speak anything under the law. We can assemble. We can make our association, organization. And fourth is we can make the movement, revolt if there is some problem. And we have the right to stay, to make the residence anywhere in our country. And then we can choose the any profession, means doctor, teacher, whatever you want to be, choose. You have the freedom. Okay? But in the everything is under the law. Let us go the next article, that is 20, is telling the protection with respect to the conviction of offense. For the offense, it will protect us if there will be conviction for offense. Then article 21 is very important. Dear friends, you know the well that the old articles can be suspended during the emergency period. But during the emergency, article number 21 never in any situation never can be suspended. That is right to life. It means what? We everyone have the right to life. Okay? And then article 21 is telling 21A. Actually it was a new amendment in 2002 by Atal Bihari Vajpayee government, and 86th amendment to right to the education. So means what? The 6 to 14 years is the children, they have the right to education. And then we will see the protection against the arrest. Article 22 is the very important for everybody. You can know. Police is coming and they will, if they will arrest the somebody, and before the 24 working hours they will not present before of the any first grade magistrate, then that person have the right to go in court against the police also. It means this is the protection against the some government institutions. Then we will go the next article 23 and 24. These are the related to the human beings. Okay. First is related to what? Article 23 is telling the provision of traffic in human being and forest labor. You know, in the past India, we can say, if we will go in the history, there was one system, we call it the bega. Means what? The public, the people, they need to pay their labor without any payment. Without any wages, they need to pay labor. So it was now abolished. Okay, and another act is there. There will be a ban on the human traffic. Means what? We have seen that before the system of the during our monarchical system, there was the slave system. So nobody now can make the trade of the human. No female, no children, no male person can sell or purchase. Article 23 one is telling, and 23 article 20 is telling about the free work. Even if state, if government is want to give some work to the citizen of country during the emergency period, so we can do it. That is the right of government. But government will not make any discrimination in the best of the religion or race or caste. And then we will see the article number 24. This is related to the children. It means what? This is related to you people. And you students are very lucky that you are studying here. You are enjoying your study, and tomorrow you can be the one officer, you can be the prime minister, you can be the president of country. But dear my friends, a lot of children are there in the country, in the world, which they have no luck like you that they can also study. They people, because of their economic circumstances, they people are working as a labor in the very different, very dangerous mines and everywhere. So our government, they made the Act 24, which is provision of employment of the children to work in the factory, or if any mines without exceptions, if hazardous industry is there, danger industry is there, so children will not work. Okay, and you can see that this digit in the 2011, 10.1 million means what? 10.1 crore 10 lakh children in the India 5 to 14 years, they are working as a labor in factories out of 259.64 million children. And whole over world, if you will see, 270 million children are working as a labor full time. See the friends, their situation, their time. They are also the children, 5 to 14 years. The old children, every child, they have the right to education, to right to live in a very good circumstances, to get the opportunities. But see what happened with them. So our Indian government also made the one changes in the children labor law. You can see in 2017 that Child Law Amendment rules brought framework against the child labor. This, according to this law, if there will be a child labor, there will be a punishment for the people who giving the labor to children. Okay? Let us go to the next slide. This is our next article. We can see that right is freedom of religion. 25 to 28. There are the again 4 articles are there. Article number 25 is telling that we everybody have the right to practice any of religion. I may practice, I am my birth in the Hindu family, but if I want to practice of the, nobody can say me no. Government is giving the protection, court is, our constitution is giving me the protection. On my wish, I can make the practice any religion. Okay? Even you are the Hindu, even you are the Christian, you are the Sikh, you are the Muslim, whatever you are. Okay? We have the full right. So Article 25 is related to our faith, that is depend on our will, our choice. Next 26 is telling whatever religion we are going to, whatever practice is our, we have the right to manage it. And then 27 is telling for the progress, okay, for the promotion of our religion, we can pay and that we can donate some money, and that money will be tax free in the income tax law. Then article number 20 is telling we have the right to worship our practice in some institution related to the education. Okay, let us go to the next slide. That's it. 29 and 30. This is especially are the cultural and educational right. This is our 5th right, and you can see 29 and 30. This is especially related to the minorities people. Dear friends, I tell you why need we right when we have studied. I tell you there. The majority people, they should not deny the right of the minorities. So our constitution is giving the protection to the minorities. You can see the protection of interest of the minorities. This both article related to. Article 29 one is telling the citizen group that related to they related to the minorities. They have fully right to having their distinct culture, language, script, right to conserve their it. They have the fully right to conserve their culture, their language, their script, and government and constitution will give them protection. And 22 is telling states shall not deny admission into educational institution on the basis of religion. okay, to any person of the basis of the race, religion, caste or language. This right is given to the individually, not to the community. This is a very special feature of this right. State shall not deny anybody to give them admission in the educational institution in the best of the culture, in the best of the language, in the best of the religion. Okay, so everybody have the right to enter any educational institution. There will be no any discrimination around on the basis of on the ground of the religion, caste or culture. Okay, and this right we have the individually. Let us go the next. Next slide is our what telling that is now article number that 29 we have seen, and we will see here the culture and education right. The fifth article same is there, and we will see the article number 30. The right of the minorities to establish the educational institution. Means what? Our first 29 article we have seen that our constitution is giving the right to the minorities to protect, to conserve their culture, script and language, and without any discrimination they can enter any educational institutions. And article number 30 is telling that minorities people, they have the right to open, to start, to establish the institution related to education and others, and they can administrate to those institutions. Okay, 31 is telling all religion, linguistic minorities have the right to establish and administer the educational institutions. Okay, and another is telling article number 30 is part number 2 is telling states should know when granting the aid to educational institutions and institution on the ground that is under the management of minorities, whether based on the religion or language. So state will not make any discrimination to giving the aid to the institution that institution is related to particular minorities group. So means what? The state should give the aid to every institution without any discrimination that institution is related to particular religion or caste or community, especially in the matter of the minorities. Let us go to the next slide. This is the article 32 and 35. If our all 5 rights they're denied by the state or anywhere, we have the right to go in the court. And first you can see this is our Supreme Court, and Supreme Court have the right to issue the writs for conservation, for protection of our right. Okay, and it is the mandatory for the Supreme Court, but High Court on its willing they can issue the same writs. Okay, we can see what type of the writs are issued by the Supreme Court and High Court. That is the habeas corpus, that is against the arrest. If police will arrest and it will keep us in the prison, and they will not present us before of the law, I mean the magistrate. Then mandamus, then certiorari is there, then provision is there, quo warranto. This type of the 5 writs are there. And then now we will see what is the scope in the future. Dear student, we can see by the time we introduce the lot of right there, which is not yet in the fundamental right, but that is the demand of the time. Like that we can see right to information, right to education, and domestic violence. This type of many rights given by our constitution by time to time. But yet these are not in fundamental rights, but a lot of there are on the international level, there are the convention, there are the meetings, and every people, humans or human organization on international level, they are demanding some right to freedom of press, right of information, right to work, right to health, right to education. So the scope of the democratic right is a very big, and also in the future, which they are subject to thinking of us and of our more people. So now I will say thank you very much.